Hello guys, so today we are going to review the Logitech G Pro wireless gaming mouse, and mainly we are going to compare it with my beloved gaming mouse, the Logitech G305, and see if the G Pro is worth 3 times the price. So we're going to compare. So looking at the box, it comes in a typical G series Logitech box, simple and stylish, looks more mature than other brand boxes in my opinion. So on the side of the box, it mentions the main features of the mouse, mainly the hero sensor and the Lightspeed wireless connection. It also supports power play and light sync. On the other side, it mentions the themes that is sponsored by Logitech, all of which honestly I have never heard of. And on the back, it mentions the features of the hero sensor, which is 1600 dpi with zero filtering, zero acceleration, zero smothering and things like that. Now on to the unboxing of the mouse. So you can see the mouse itself. We are going to put it to the side first. Look at the accessories first. We'll get back to the mouse later. This is me failing at unboxing. So on the big packaging, we have the cable. So unfortunately, the cable is actually very stiff. It's not like paracord or very soft cable like most modern mouse today, so that's a bit disappointing, but considering it's a wireless mouse, we're not going to use the cable too much. Although I do wish in the next iteration of the G Pro wireless, I do hope that they move on to the paracord type mouse instead of using these braided stiff mouse cables, so that would be preferable. Now inside this small box, there's the wireless receiver and the extender, and these 4 small things is the dummy switch that can be used to adjust the switches on the side of the mouse. Now going back to the mouse, it has a very nice plastic surface. It is not rubbery like the Razer Death Feather surface. It's more like a hard plastic but matte surface. Fits my large hands very well. Now onto the sides, you can see the sides button, which if you remember earlier, there's an accessory which allows you to remove the side button or add on. For overall, the mouse can actually support 8 buttons, so if you're not using it, you can just put a dummy switch inside. So that's, I think, is nice touch. So the switches are actually held on by magnetic, and it's quite strong. It won't fall out during gaming session, that's for sure. So the shape of the mouse is ambidextrous, with one of the most solidly built quality I've ever felt in a mouse. I think, for my opinion, it's second only to the G903 Logitech. So now onto the bottom of the mouse, we can see the profile switching button, on-off switch, hero sensor, and there's also a small plate which allows for the compatibility with the power play mat, allows the wireless charging of the mouse. The mouse also comes with very decent PTFE feet, one of the best stock mouse feet given, although I heard there are better aftermarket options. So now, why would you pay so much for this mouse? I think the main reasons going for this mouse are the wireless capability. Logitech has pioneered one of the best sensor for wireless, which is the hero sensor. This allows the mouse to be very accurate, and what separates it is that it has excellent battery life, up to 80 hours. But here comes the conundrum. Logitech has another wireless gaming mouse coming in cheap, which is the G305, which retails for around 150 Malaysian ringgit or 40 US dollars. This is compared to the hefty price of the G Pro, which is 450 Malaysian ringgit or 130 US dollars. So actually, what are you getting for the extra cash? So the first difference is the sensor itself. Both is using the hero sensor. However, the G305 uses sensor is range only around 200 dpi to 12,000, while the G Pro ranges from the 100 dpi to the 16,000 dpi. Another difference is the switches itself. Both uses Omron, however the G Pro uses one which rated at 50 million clicks compared to 20. More importantly, the clicks also feels better, more crispier compared to the G305. The G Pro is also a fully rechargeable mouse compared to the G305, which uses a AA or AAA battery, which needs to be changed periodically, and depend on how you look, can add to the cost over time. Also, the G Pro also support wired. So rather than the spec sheet, the important thing about a mouse is the feel of it in your hands. And this is where I feel the G Pro trumps the G305. I feel that overall, the G Pro is much better in the hands. It feels more solid, the plastic more well built, it's more refined, the button switches feels better, the scroll wheel are also better feeling, the middle mouse click is also much better feeling. There are also obvious size difference between the mouse. For one, the G Pro has a higher profile with a bigger hump in the middle, while the G305 is more flat. The G Pro is also a longer mouse compared to the G305, although the G305 is slightly wider. So I think the G Pro is more suitable for medium to larger hands, while the G305 is more suitable for small to medium sized hands. Another difference between the mouse is the weight. Although both are rated at 80 grams, the G Pro feels more balanced. The front and back feels symmetrical in terms of weight. This is different from my modded G Pro. Although it's modified to 80 grams, you can feel that the weight is more shifted to the back. This doesn't really affect, but when you're lifting the mouse, you can really feel the heft. For some people, another advantage of the G Pro is that there's inclusion of RGB. Although the RGB is not the best implementation, I've seen better from Crosshair or Glorious. The RGB can be controlled by the G Hub software. But then again, the most important thing about the gaming mouse is how does it game? So, what do I think after using the G Pro for almost 1 month? I do feel between the two mouse, the G Pro and the G305, there is a perceivable difference between the two. And the difference has nothing to do with like the sensor and the spec sheet, the RGB, it has nothing to do with all of that. So the main difference comes down to 3 things. Number 1, the feel of the mouse. I do feel that the feel of the G Pro suits my hand better. I think this is because the mouse is actually longer and taller, has a slightly bigger hump. So it's actually easier to use both claw grip and palm grip for the mouse. The plastic, I know people will say plastic is plastic, what are you talking about, bro? But there's actually a perceivable difference between quality between the two mouse. So the G Pro feels better, the plastic feels better, it has a more matte finish, and I do feel that overall the G Pro takes the cake as far as build quality and feel are concerned. Number 2, the difference in weight. So my modded G Pro, after modding the battery and everything, it actually weighs around, I think around 86 to 87 grams, which is similar to the G Pro. However, the G Pro feels lighter, and I do feel that this is because the G305 is actually very back heavy. So what happens is that if you're playing a lot of FPS game and you need to turn 360, you need to scroll the mouse multiple times. So every time you lift the mouse, you feel that the mouse is back heavy, and this gives the perception that the mouse is really more heavier than it is. So factor number 3 is the button clicks. I would say between the two mouse, the G Pro is slightly better in terms of mouse button 1 and 2 in terms of the clicks. But the significant difference for me lies on the side buttons. The G Pro has actually very short travel for the mouse 4 and mouse 5, and the click is very crispy compared to the G305. Also, the other difference is because I do feel that the difference is significant for me because I use the side button a lot. In Fortnite, I use it to erect walls and stairs, while in Warzone, it's mainly for sliding and to throw tacticals. So if you're using the side button a lot, I do feel that the difference is quite significant. Okay, so at the end of the day, is it worth it? I mean, let's get real. The G Pro is 3 times the price. So in terms of when we talk about value, it's actually a very relative term. So if you're
if you're a professional gamer, maybe you're a streamer, you play competitive FPS for like 3 to 4 hours per day, every day. So in that case, I do feel that the G Pro is worth the investment, as it is a perceivable difference between the quality between the two mouse, and the G Pro is better. However, if you don't really game a lot like me, I'm an old man, so I don't really game a lot nowadays. I game, I think, about on average 1 hour per day. So sometimes I play 2 hours, sometimes I don't play games at all. So in my case, I do feel that the G305 suits me just fine. Also, if you're on a tight budget and you need a wireless gaming mouse, the G305 is a solid option. I mean, make no mistake, you cannot find better quality wireless performance gaming mouse for $40 or 150 ringgit Malaysia. And especially if you're a laptop gamer, you need a compact mouse for you to bring around. You want to play games with your laptop, I do feel that the G305 is suitable. So anyway guys, enough rambling. I don't want to make a video longer than it needs to. So if you like this kind of tech content and would like to help support me, please consider liking and subscribing and sharing my channel. So it really does help me a lot. And otherwise, okay, that's it. Have a good day.